Have you ever thought about what happens if we just stop looking at waste as waste? Well, that's an idea that is called industrial symbiosis, which sounds super technical, but it's actually pretty simple. It's just when different companies near each other start working together so that whatever one company throws away becomes the raw material for the next one. I have an idea to apply this in Calera, Zacatecas, because it's a huge industrial area and it has the perfect setup for it. Well, to make this work, I'm looking at two massive companies out there that currently don't talk each other at all. First, we have Corona Brewery, the Compañía Cervecera Zacatecas. They run one of the biggest breweries on the planet, and when they filter the beer, they end up with tons and tons of this wet, powdery leftover called spent diatomaceous earth every single day. Then, right down the road, there is Cesantoni. They make ceramic tiles and floors. To make all those tiles, they obviously need to buy huge amounts of clay sand and silica to mix and bake in their ovens. So here's my idea. Right now the brewery treats that leftover powder as a waste heritage that they just have to pay to get rid of. But the material is actually packed with silica, so instead of throwing it away, why not just send it straight over to Cesantoni? Cesantoni could take that powder and use it to replace a big chunk of the sand and clay they usually have to buy. Plus, because of the way that a specific material is structured, it's a great thermal insulator. This means that when they mix it into their tiles, it actually helps hold the heat better. So they wouldn't need to burn as much gas or energy to bake the tiles in their massive kilns. Since the two plants are so close to each other, it's a super easy loop to make. The impact of doing something like this is huge for both sides. On the environmental side, we keep tons of waste out of landfills and stop tearing up the ground for virgin sand. And financially, the brewery completely cuts out their waste disposal costs, while Cesantoni gets a super cheap, steady source of raw material. At the end of the day, setting up this kind of collaboration doesn't have to be a massive corporate heritage. It just takes two companies being close by, having the right materials, and actually wanting to work together. Connecting a brewery with a tile factory in Zacatecas is the perfect example of how we can help the planet and save money at the same time.